Hi, this is Bongi Msomi, and you're watching Grit Sports TV. I basically come from Hammersdale, which is obviously in Durban in South Africa, and my family, there's 8 of us. With my mom, my dad passed away a few years ago. And I went to primary school, which is at Mangisa CP School, and high school was Lutai High School. And obviously schooling was just one of the best things that has happened to me. Every time I talk about this, it's quite funny because people really can't believe where I come from, but I think it's really made me the person I am today. So I went to Lutai High School, and that's where I started playing my netball only in grade 11, and I was 16 years old. The reason I started was obviously because I went to watch some of my high school friends at training, and I remember there were 13 players, so there were 1 player short to play a full match. So I just played as a fill-in player, and because I had been watching the sport, and I knew the rules and all of that. So when I started, then the coach asked me to come to the next training on Monday. It was a Saturday morning, so that's how I started. To be honest, I really didn't have any role models, and that's because I had nothing to do with sports. Growing up at home, we were like a really very culturally involved family, so sport was it was just on the side, and it was something that I never thought I would do. And that's just to give you an example. I didn't really wear pants until I was in grade 11, if I'm not mistaken. And in saying that, we all know and understand that in sport you wear shorts, track pants and all of that. So all of that changed when I started playing netball. So I didn't have people that I would look up to, and I didn't watch the sport at all because I didn't have any interest. But obviously, now that I'm here, I really value the fact that I had a coach from my high school, which was my high school teacher, Mr. Mwabe. And I'll say even now he knows where I am, what tournaments I'm playing, and he tries and follows up and gives feedback on how I'm playing and all of that. So I think he will be the person to say he really mentored me into the person I am today through all my netball career. I think I've been lucky to come from a family that had, even now we still have so much respect for elders. I think it's just the community, the way we grew up. I always had respect just on the side. It didn't have to do, it had nothing to do with sport and where I am, what time I'm talking to. I just always valued people in front of me. So I think being the captain of the side, that I'll say it played such a huge role, because coming to obviously represent the national team and then having to lead the team, it really takes character to be able to do that. And I think my background really helped in me being the person to be in front and being able to lead. And obviously the girls, we're lucky to have such great leaders in the team as well. So I'll say for me, it's just about knowing what to do, when to do things at a time, and just to delegate some of the stuff to the girls and really be able to speak out and just communicate nicely. So I'll say I do value where I come from, because everything now links in, and it's such great to look back and say, yes, I never even dreamt of this. And I'm sure it just gives hope to so many girls back home, back to rural areas, who I'm sure when they look at me, they'll be like, if she did it, then I obviously can. So that's obviously now what I'm striving to do, not getting any younger. So it's nice to just know that you can be an example and you can lead, obviously, the country, and some of the girls out there can look up to you. I think as a side, we've been definitely lucky to have coaches like Noma Plummer and Nicole Kilsek. Now we have Elsha as well. one has to really acknowledge such great leaders in front of us. And as an athlete, doesn't matter which sport you play, it's really counts when you have people that knows what they're doing, that knows what they're talking about, because then the confidence straight away as players, we just know that she'll give us the great information, and we know that she knows what she's talking about. The respect we have for her, the background she has in netball is just amazing. And I think we've been also lucky to be scattered everywhere. Carla is playing in Australia. She played last season. I'll be playing in this year's season in Australia. Lots of girls are going to play in England. So I think that experience as well, when we come together, you can just see the girls are ready mentally, physically, because playing netball around the world, it really drains you. Sometimes you really have to be at the peak mentally and physically. Obviously, leaving your country to play in a different country, there's a lot of things that you learn on the side as well. You have to really be able to, like time management, really need to leave your life without your family and all those things. So eventually we're all grown ups and we just know what to expect from each other. I think everything that happens around us really allows us to be the best athletes that we can be. So we're lucky. I think we are the lucky side in the quad series that there's never an easy match to play, and every team needs to have a tough competition to really prepare and know where they act, obviously performance-wise. So I think we've started, our first match was awesome against Australia. We know New Zealand will come hard and they play a different style. We've been in preparations for them, and mentally, physically we're ready. We'll just see what tomorrow has for us. Again, we know we've got a big game on Sunday. We did beat England last year. Obviously, they'll come hard again and try to win. Again, we're very prepared for that. So it's just exciting to know we're playing against these top countries and we have no fear, because before we used to think too much and we used to be worried about it. So it's great, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. To all the girls out there that are really struggling, probably either in life, in schoolwork, or you're struggling to achieve in your sporting career, I promise you, if you can start now to focus on your goals, really know what you want to achieve and work towards it, find people that can help you to achieve your career, you definitely are in the right track. If Bongi has played netball from where she comes from up to now, you really have a chance and you have to use it. And it definitely has nothing to do with who you live with at home. If how much you've got doesn't really matter. All that matters is how much you want to achieve, and just go out there and really push through to achieve your goals and find people to help. And we obviously are here and we value your support. We value you knowing we are your role models, and however we can help, we're willing to open up and be there for you.